Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 Arizona MLK Awards and Scholarship Breakfast presented by PetSmart. Please join me in welcoming your Mistress of Ceremony, Miss Kim Covington.
Good morning, y'all. Thank you so much, Ron. Look at you. There are over, I think when I looked at the guest list, there were over 1,000 people here this morning. Oh my goodness. You know something? Only people like you would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, beat traffic, put on all that makeup and high heel shoes and a tie to come here. Because you know something? You're dreamers. You're doers. You're givers, and you stand up for justice. Those are the people in this room this morning. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the 34th Annual MLK Awards and Scholarship Breakfast presented by PetSmart. You've been doing this for 34 years. Think about that. You have sustained this celebration. Thank you so very much. To start our program, please remain seated for the procession of your 2020 MLK honorees, led by the Torch Runners, now in their 14th year. Under the leadership of the 2017 MLK Calvin C. Good Lifetime Achievement Award honoree, Valerie Churchwell. Each year to symbolize the passing of the torch to the youth. The Torch Runners run the torch 3.5 miles from City Hall to open up our ceremony today. I want to tell you a little bit about the song we're about to sing. I want to remind you of the history. In 1899, a young school principal named James Weldon Johnson was asked to address an audience in attendance to a memorial on the anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's assassination. Only 20 years had passed since the Reconstruction era, and lynchings were on the rise in the segregated South. Johnson started to compose a poem with the intent on paying homage to his enslaved ancestors and their struggle. The poem was written and later composed into a song which became a powerful and nationally recognized piece that represents the symbol of unity, perseverance, and strength for a race. Often called the Black national anthem, Lift Every Voice was birthed. This song has inspired generation after generation of African Americans and continues today. Think about the words. The words will be on your screen. Sing along with the video and singing verse 1 of Lift Every Voice and sing. Now to provide welcoming remarks from the City of Phoenix, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Phoenix Mayor, Kate Gallego.
Good morning. Thank you for coming together to celebrate Dr. King's legacy and to honor those who are moving it forward in this community. Thank you to Kim Covington for serving as our MC. She is such a great partner for us at the City of Phoenix, whether it's standing up for our young people or fighting HIV/AIDS. She's going to help us wipe out HIV/AIDS in Phoenix.
That's right. Thank you.
I also want to thank Arizona OIC for hosting this breakfast and for being great advocates and partners in the community. Thank you to our chair, Ron Williams, and his great committee for moving this forward and honoring Dr. King's legacy in such a powerful way. Ron is a fabulous chair, taking care of all the details, and one year he even sang the national anthem with no notice, which is my idea of a stressful morning, but he handled it beautifully. The thing I love most about the City of Phoenix is our people. Our diversity of backgrounds, ideas, and passions is what makes this city a great place to live. Running through all of this diversity is a deep commitment to give back. There's no doubt we've had difficult times as a nation. There are few moments when the leadership of Dr. King isn't missed and needed. We are constantly reminded that the march toward justice has not stopped. We need to continue to break down barriers, and we must continue to build trust among one another. We have work to do, but I'm proud of where we're headed in the City of Phoenix, a city that should work for everyone. I'm honored to be joined today by our Vice Mayor, Betty Guardado, yes. A woman who has chaired this breakfast and led on many civil rights issues, Councilwoman Laura Pastor. Councilman Michael Nowakowski, who is working so hard to build a safer community. And Councilman Carlos Garcia, who has a deep background in civil rights. We have many city department leaders here today. Thank you all for your service. Particularly want to recognize Chief Jerry Williams, who has been very, very busy. Working together with the Phoenix City Council, this year we have put body cameras on every one of the men and women who are patrolling our community. We are also working together, and for the first time in Phoenix history, we're giving mental health first aid to all of our patrol staff, and we're embedding clinicians who can go out with police and serve our community. I've also been honored to work with the City Council on a variety of important initiatives. We just wiped out fines at our libraries, making them more accessible to all of our working families. And hundreds of city employees got a $15 livable minimum wage raise. I'm also excited to be joined by Tarnisha, who has joined my office as a fellow working to bring the My Brother's Keeper program to new levels in the city of Phoenix. My Brother's Keeper is a program started by President Barack Obama, who wanted to invest in all of our young people, including our young men of color, and who knew we could do better. We are honoring his vision and the partnership he had with Dr. King, who he, in creating the program, alluded to a famous speech by Dr. King, "Am I my brother's keeper?" in which President Obama said yes, and we must work harder in that area. And as we invest in that program in Phoenix, we also want to thank the people who have been fulfilling the mission of My Brother's Keeper long before President Obama named the program, folks like Jean Blue and Ernie Adair, who have done so much for this community. We know that progress is made through a community effort that is not possible without strong leaders like those individuals standing up for what's right. So thank you to folks from OIC, the NAACP, and many more who never fail to show up and speak out. Strong leaders such as today's honorees. The work you do is so vital to our city. I particularly want to thank Jesse Airy, our Lifetime Achievement Award winner, and Calvin Good, former vice mayor of the city of Phoenix, who gave his name to the award and whose legacy has inspired it. And I understand he is here with us today, so thank you for your service. I want to recognize another winner of that award and a man who we would not be here today without. Thank you for your wonderful words earlier, Dr. Stewart. You all inspire us to work harder, to be better, and to stand strong and united in times of challenge and controversy. You serve a cause that is greater than any of us, and you make Phoenix the very best it can be. Thank you for recognizing these important leaders and for furthering Dr. King's legacy in the city of Phoenix. We wish you a great celebration of his legacy and look forward to making Monday a day on, not a day off. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much for your leadership. Now to provide opening remarks, please welcome MLK Calvin C. Good Lifetime Achievement Award honoree, MLK Legacy Award honoree, the President and CEO of the Arizona OIC, and the Chairman of the MLK Celebration Committee. Please welcome Dr. Jean Blue.
Thank you very much, my sister. Good morning. Now we have a lot of folks in the room, and you don't need to stifle your enthusiasm for being here or for recognizing this day. So good morning. That's much better, much better, much better. Thank you all very much for celebrating with us as we enter 34 years of recognizing and paying tribute to one of God's best, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. To our mayor, I shared with her earlier that we're celebrating 34 years. That's probably a few, close to a year or so older than you are. But we love you. We love you, and you're doing an excellent job. So thank you so much, so Mayor. Thank you for being here. Often when I'm asked by my colleagues and others in the city where I work and enjoy working, the city of Phoenix, the best city in the country, that's led by the best mayor in the country, Mayor Kate Gallego. Thank you again. Thank you for all you do. I'm often asked, like, how do I feel? And I respond that I am blessed. And I am. I am blessed and I know it. I know it because earlier on last year, I was touched by our Maker, and he said, "Gene, I need you to sit down and take care of some health issues." With God's help, we took care of those issues, and I am standing here blessed today. As you pay tribute and recognize the many folks, the elected officials and others who are volunteers, God knows we couldn't do this job without them on this program, and they will be mentioned, I'm sure, earlier or later in the program. But I want to pay special tribute, certainly initially, to God, because it is only by His favor that I am blessed to be here. But I also recognize and thank my staff members and the silent heroes, the silent workers, the individuals who do the job and handle all the details, not just from ticket sales and what have you, but the day-to-day activity at Arizona OIC. There are a couple of folks, and you met when you came in, some folks who were at the registration table, the folks that do the work, and see to it that we have not just a celebration on Martin Luther King Day, but a celebration of life all year. A couple of my staff members have been with me now, approaching 30 years, and they are still silently working at registration and as well as doing the work of OIC. So when you leave today, or even when you come in, please say hello, and thank you to particularly two folks, Janet Shines and Gardelia Luica, who working without appropriate compensation, but giving of themselves to making sure that OIC and Martin Luther King Jr., the holiday and the man, is recognized. Again, we thank you for being here and for your support. 34 years ago, we would not have imagined that we would have a room full of folks celebrating the life, the death, the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. We did not realize the work it would take, led by Dr. Stewart and others, to obtain this holiday. And many of our folks now don't realize or don't know that you need to be very proud of being here and celebrating this activity, because Arizona is the only state that secured a Martin Luther King Jr. holiday by popular vote. We did it. We accomplished victory together. And by popular vote, you need to remember that, because many places did it by legislation, gubernatorial or other legislation, but here, the people spoke. You said to the world and to this country, we will have a Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, we will celebrate and recognize one of God's best. For that, we thank you. We welcome you to this event. Enjoy yourselves. Say hello to somebody you don't know. But keep the faith, knowing that if we do, we shall overcome. Thank you very much.
My name is Jesse Airy. I moved to Phoenix in 1969. As we all know, Martin Luther King had just been assassinated. When I came to the YMCA job in Phoenix, I was hired at the Northeast branch, located at 26th Street in Clarendon. That's what they called Northeast Phoenix in those days. And they wanted and needed a director, so they hired Jesse Airy. So I became the first African-American to direct the Northeast YMCA. And then 5 years later, I was promoted to be the first and only director of the Downtown Phoenix YMCA. Downtown Phoenix YMCA in those days was considered the largest YMCA west of the Mississippi River. And since I was the only African American, it was a time in which, right after Martin Luther King was assassinated, the community and the city and the public leaders wanted to find some way to recognize this noted person on an annual basis. And so the board of directors of the YMCA got together and decided that they would initiate and begin a Martin Luther King celebration or memorial. First, it was established through a resolution by the Board of Trustees of the YMCA. It later became a community-wide effort dealing with what then they called Unity Day, because we wanted to bring together the life of the community and celebrating those goals and aspirations that Martin Luther King so vividly described. The YMCA kept doing this for a number of years until it became much too broad and too voluminous for the Y to do it. So the trustees appealed to a larger community, and that's when the city of Phoenix initially started their Martin Luther King Memorial Breakfast. During the time that I was working at the YMCA, we invited Mrs. Coretta Scott King to come to Phoenix and give a speech. And while she was here, I had the good fortune of meeting her and presenting her one of the photos that you have just seen, where I met her deceased husband. And she was so pleased to see that picture, because there's no other picture like that has ever been made, with this man swimming in a swimming pool, standing next to yours truly. And you can even see the scar in his chest where he was stabbed when he was being confronted by a garbage strike in New York. She asked me if I would send her a copy of that photo, and if so, she would have it hung in the halls of the Center for Nonviolence in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Jesse Airy, and for sharing that historical perspective, and that video is one of a kind. No one else has that video but you, and there are so many people wanting to get their hands on that actual picture, maybe displayed at a museum, hopefully the Smithsonian one of these days, right? or maybe at the Carver Museum, one of those. But thank you so much for sharing your story. We're going to hear more about that a little bit later. Please welcome back to the stage Dr. Jean Blue, Ron Williams, Equal Opportunity Department Director Don Logan, and the chairman of the City of Phoenix Human Relations Commission, Michael Williams, to present our awards.
Good morning. The Phoenix Human Relations Commission is one of 7 commissions here in the Valley. Our main purpose is to meet, debate, and discuss some of those issues that affect our various communities. We sort of work as an alliance for the City of Phoenix and the members of the Valley. We're honored today to have one of the commission members from Mesa, Nadia Caligari, and also, you know, nobody said anything about it, but Ron Williams serves as the chair for the Mesa Human Relations Commission. One of our jobs with the commission is to debate, select, and determine who gets these awards. Each year, it seems like it's more difficult, and I'd like to thank you for that. It seems as though we are living one of those things that, one of the most significant phrases that MLK said was that he'd like to see individuals judged on not by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. If you look, we have a really diverse lineup of awardees today, and I want to thank you all, and I want you to start thinking about 2021 when we do this all over again. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And now is the time for the presentation of the MLK Living the Dream Awards. Your first honoree, Felicia Davis.
The legacy that Dr. King has left for me really motivates me to wake up every single day, to really stay motivated to do this work when it gets tiring, when it gets discouraging, because let me tell you, there are days when it feels like an impossibility, but sometimes it's just very difficult to help people get unhooked from being the bottleneck of their success. That would be my sister. Her name is Trinika. She is smart as a whip. She can talk to you on absolutely any subject very intelligently. She's admired by a lot of people, and she's bad as a whip, and I truly admire her. If Dr. King were here today, I would ask him, what would be the most compelling, most thoughtful, most inspirational message that I can share with people during these times of uncertainty? Thank you, Dr. King, first of all, thank you for your yes, for lending your voice to the March on Washington. Thank you for your willingness to go with that, to drop your script, to go deep within your heart, to share your dream, to incite a movement for change. Thank you for, inspiring us to dream bigger, to dream bolder. Thank you for showing us that we definitely are born to lead. And thank you for teaching us that in spite of everything around us, to continue to show up as a juggernaut, in spite of everything that we have against us, ready to be a catalyst for change. Thank you, Dr. King.
And thank you, Felicia Davis, for living the dream.
Oh my goodness, I just want to say thanks to God, because it's only by his grace that I'm here standing here with you today. I want to say thank you to my family for being there for me, for my friends, the women who nominated me for this distinctive award, and to Marvin Perry of the Black Board of Directors Project, who absolutely supports everything that I do. So thank you so much.
Your second honoree, Virginia Fargo.
Dr. King has inspired me in my volunteer work in many, many aspects, including education, economic equality, and racial equality. You know, I like to seek out school districts. I volunteer in the school districts that are high poverty levels, and I go to those purposely to serve, because we all know that education is going to be the backbone to forward and upward momentum. Yes, I mean, there's a few people that have had a very major influence on my life. One in particular would be the late, great Bishop Alex Thomas from Pilgrim Rest. He spoke to me, spoke to my heart, spoke to my family from the very first time I met him when I moved to this beautiful state back in the year 2000. And I had the opportunity and the honor to be in his church and to have his teachings, and I would take notes, and to this day I still go back to my notes, and his notes really have influenced me. His teachings have influenced me. He has influenced me a lot to love people. And just like Dr. Martin Luther King, he was a pastor, he was a bishop. And so I'm a very religious woman, and I feel that he, Dr. King and Bishop Thomas influenced me greatly. If Dr. King was here today, I would say to him, thank you for leading a movement with peaceful resistance. I think it was so admirable and courageous that he was able to stand up in a time of adversity and to lead not only himself, but to teach peaceful resistance. Thank you, Dr. King, for making the ultimate sacrifice. You laid your life down so I could be free to love anyone I want to, regardless of race, religion, or gender. Thank you, Dr. King, for giving the ultimate sacrifice of your life.
And thank you, Virginia Fargo, for living the dream.
Thank you so much. Thank you to my Heavenly Father for blessing me from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. Thank you so much to the City of Phoenix for this outstanding award. Thank you so much to Dr. Marvin Perry with the Black Board of Directors. Thank you so much to Miss Barbara Alexander for being that female mentor. She was in the presentation of color today, and thank you to all of you for being here to supporting everyone. Thank you so much, and Martin Luther King, rest in power. God bless.
Your third honoree, Colby Jeffers.
A few ways in particular that he really inspired me in my current action. So one is his truthfulness and his courage to do what was right. In any situation, you know, like not just in this situation or that situation or speaking to these people or that people. He was so courageous and always spoke what needed to be said. But also the fact that he was so service oriented. He has a lot of great quotes, you know, about service, but beyond his quotes, you know, he lived it. He knew that in order to create change, he had to be at the grassroots level. And so he went to jail for the cause. He was, you know, marching in the front lines with everyone else. And he ultimately, you know, gave his life. He was martyred basically for racial unity and racial justice. So someone who's had a major influence in my life is my grandfather. My grandfather would be very proactive about promoting racial justice. My dad would talk about how simple things he would do, like inviting African-American friends over to his home for dinner. When that was not really common, it was actually frowned upon, and he knew he would get flack from his neighbors, but he did it because he knew it was something simple he could do that would make an effect. So if Dr. King were here today, I would honestly probably just ask him like a lot of questions. I would love to pick his brain because he was such an amazing speaker, but also because he was so honest and frank, you know, like he would give you the real answer, you know. And so I would just ask him, like, how did he deal with like the challenges? Because he was this like saint-like figure, but he was also human, you know, so I know he had his own personal challenges. So I would love to just know from him, you know, How did he deal with them? What was his process like when he was faced with hatred? Because he could talk about it, but then when he was actually in it, like, what did he do? What was his process? How did he remind himself to actually live out those ideals? What were some of his other personal struggles?
Thank you, Colby Jeppers, for living the dream.
Wow. Well, I got to say, it kind of feels like a dream. I can't really believe I'm here, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm in the presence of some amazing, great people. So I'm just really humbled to be here, super grateful. Of course, thank you to God for just giving us, as the Reverend was sharing in the beginning, just giving us this opportunity to live and to try and serve. Thank you, of course, to Dr. King for his amazing example, and he's inspired millions and billions of people on this planet. Thank you, everyone, for putting this event together. Amazing. This is just so refreshing in this difficult, dark world to live in, where we just need hope. It's so refreshing to be around so many people that have that hope and are shining their light into the world. And of course, thank you to everyone at Table 19, my mom and dad, my wife, Mallory, my son, and all my good friends over there. Love you guys. So yeah, thank you, everyone, for being here, and God bless.
Your fourth honoree, Timothy Seay.
As the Grandmaster for the state of Arizona for the Prince Hall Masons, I promote that as the leader for the Eastern Stars and the Masons to serve the community in which they live in. Always give back. And education is the most benevolent part of our journey. We give away scholarships, we give away food, we help anyone that is in need of help. And just to be aware of Arizona, it's the best place to be a Mason. Dr. King has inspired me in my volunteer work. I grew up with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in my family household. Dr. Martin Luther King was born January 15, 1929, the youngest Nobel Peace Prize at that time, in 1964, being assassinated April 4th, 1968. So we know just about everything about Martin Luther King, and plus the infamous picture that's in everyone's living room of Dr. King. Someone who has a major influence in my life was my dad. My dad taught us how to be men. He taught us the value of work, and he taught us, if you're blessed, to always give. If Dr. King was here today, I would say to him, Uncle Dr. King, because we grew up in our household, and that's what my dad made us call him, was Uncle King. Thank you, Dr. King, for doing all the work that you have done. Also being the person that you were, family man, believed in the church, and also believed in the community. Most importantly, believed in the people that he had to promote equal opportunity, justice for all. Thank you, Dr. King, for being a part of my life, my entire life. I can remember when the day he was assassinated, I was 4 years old. My dad came into the room. He made us come into a bedroom and literally hide under the bed. And at that time, I couldn't understand what was going on, but I believe now, as I'm older, I understood that he made a sacrifice for all by giving his life.
And thank you, Timothy Seay, for living the dream. Congratulations.
To Brian Williams and the selective committee, to my fellow honorees, to my stand-in mom, Janet Newberry, to my nominators, Brother Charles Brewer and Tamara Floyd, and to my Masonic brothers who are assembled here today, I will accept this award because without them, we cannot serve the community together. So may the blessing of heaven be upon us all. May brotherly and sisterly love prevail and every moral, social virtue cement us. In the name of God and His holy St. John. Can I get everyone here assembled to say amen? Amen. God bless.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Your Living the Dream Award honorees. Congratulations. Thank you for your leadership and your vision. The Lifetime Achievement Award, named after 22-year Phoenix City Councilman Calvin C. Good, recognizes an individual who has made Phoenix a better place to live by promoting social and economic justice and civil rights through a lifetime of service. We now ask that the Honorable Calvin C. Good join us on stage as we present the Calvin C. Good MLK Lifetime Achievement Award presented by PetSmart. Here today, representing PetSmart, is the Senior Vice President and Chief Information and Technology Officer, Mr. Mike Goodwin.
Good morning, everyone. I am so pleased to be here as we honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. As we celebrate the powerful and lasting impact Dr. King, I'd like to recognize the important role that today's event for this breakfast plays in our community. These type of events bring us together to honor individuals going above and beyond to make a difference in the lives of others and who are working to improve the culture in Arizona. PetSmart is proud to support organizations that unite the local community. We believe that we are strongest when we're united together, which is why we promote belonging and inclusiveness across our business. Across every area in which we operate, we strive to foster an environment where people with diverse backgrounds can excel and equity is front and center. This is part of who we are as a company and is in direct alignment with the legacy of Dr. King. Last year, we launched a new associate resource group dedicated exclusively to promoting diversity, inclusion, and equity, and celebrating the characteristics that make our associates unique, all 55,000 of them. It is incredible to see how this group has energized and united our associates and its impact on our culture. We are proud to be participating in the community dialogue about diversity and inclusion and equity in Arizona and beyond. So while we're here today as a sponsor, we're also here as a proud community partner and ally. Congratulations to today's award recipients, and thank you for your selfless and impactful contributions to the community.
Thank you, Mr. Goodwin, and thank you to PetSmart for another year as our presenting sponsor. And thank you to the Honorable Calvin C. Good for your continued participation and leadership in our community after all of these years. I understand you wanted to say a few words. Now is your time. Thank you.
When folks ask me if I'd like to say a few words, I'm tempted to say hi, bye. But certainly I'm very pleased to see all of you here, and certainly whatever we do today, let's continue to do the kind of thing that God wants us to do. And there's much more work to be done, and I'm very pleased to see all of you here. And thank you so much, and I'm told that I shouldn't be long, but be good, so good.
You know something, Councilman? You are always good. You're always good. And I hope I'm getting your age right. Or is it 93? 93 years old, ladies and gentlemen. And still growing strong. Thank you so much. And now, your 2020 Calvin C. Good Lifetime Achievement Award honoree is Seay. Please turn your attention to the screen.
Dr. King has inspired me because growing up during the same time in his history as a young adult, I was very, very pleased and gratified that we had someone that we could look up to as a hero and as a person to whom we could pattern after. And he really had a lot to do with changing my entire life. Someone who has had a major influence in my life, I would have to say, were my mother and my dear old Aunt Ethel, because they struggled up $100 and a suitcase of clothes to send me off from little old Shreveport, Louisiana, to big old Chicago, Illinois, to learn how to become a YMCA director. I was really, really thrilled that being the first and only person in my whole family tree that ever got a chance to get off to college. If Dr. King were here today, I would say that he would feel that, yes, we have achieved a lot of the dreams that he once had, but in real honesty, it kind of appears as though he would be disappointed. I really feel that Dr. King would feel that, yes, we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. Thank you, Dr. King, for creating a new style of life in our civil rights efforts and our ability to look at each person as a human being and with equal opportunities. One of my deceased pastors once said to me that the interesting thing about the crucifixion of Jesus Christ is it's not quite so much to not be afraid to die, but we should also not be afraid to live for something worth dying for. And Dr. King lived for something worth dying for. And I want to thank him because I think we all have been enriched because of his life. I believe it to be a Lifetime Achievement Award. What it means to me is to be tremendously honored and humble because I stand with probably about 25 more individuals who have had this great honor bestowed upon them. And for that, I feel very, very grateful and very, very honored. Thank you, Dr. King. You are my hero, and I also want to thank the whole City of Phoenix Human Relations Commission through bringing Calvin Good, his involvement with this program too, because he too has had a lot to do with my achievements here in Phoenix, Arizona.
And thank you, Seay. And congratulations again. You are the 2020 Lifetime Achievement Award honoree, Seay.
Good morning to you. Good morning. This truly is an honor. That photo that you saw with Dr. King and I was only about 26 years old. And I was still working at the YMCA in Cleveland, Ohio. And when I came here to Phoenix several years later, after he had passed, I met then one of the 10 people I wanted to meet before I could get started with the YMCA here in Phoenix. I asked the Chamber of Commerce to tell me to whom should I connect? And Calvin C. Good was one of those 10 people. So isn't it interesting that I stand here today on the shoulders of all of these people who have gotten this honor bestowed upon them? Calvin C. Good is in his 90s, but 2 weeks from now, Jesse Airy will be in his 80s. And for 50 years of that 80 years have been my honor to work and serve in the organizations here in Phoenix. And I would just like to give personal respect to the Human Relations Commission, my fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, to the YMCA, where I served for 17 years and was the only African American at the downtown YMCA here in Phoenix. And the United Methodist Church. My dear wife is a member of a Baptist church. Thank you, Reverend Doctor. I'm a member of the Methodist Church, and I said to her that if she didn't try to convert me, I wouldn't try to convert her. So I'm pleased to announce my loving wife at this table, number 7, Idonia Hudson Airy. And table 18, all of my family folks from near and far, thank you for being here with me. And finally, I must say this. If it had not been to the Lord on my side, where, oh where would I be? Thank you and God bless.
Congratulations, Jesse Airy. What an outstanding leader in our community, a visionary, a pioneer, leader, educator, a great friend, a great philanthropist. Congratulations. And congratulations to all of our Lifetime Achievement Award honorees. Thank you so much. And they all continue to serve our community. We appreciate you. And now please welcome back to the podium our chair, Ron Williams, for final comments.
Thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, before we do anything else, and again, we have one surprise before you walk out the door, we will be remiss if we did not give a big, rousing round of applause for our wonderful, fabulous MC, Miss Kim Covington. All right, I got something I need to read real quick, and I'm going to say it quickly. The Arizona Diamondbacks have stepped up. They want to get more involved. They have join the Arizona Diamondbacks on April 15th for Jackie Robinson Day and to celebrate African American heritage. Now, we have a treat for you. You've heard the music earlier, but now you get to enjoy the world premiere video filmed in Phoenix, Arizona and Bamenda, Africa of Colby Jeffers and A. Wu. We can change the world. Enjoy this video, ladies and gentlemen.
Check it. Yo, I woke up this morning with a dream to change the world. Just wanna bring a smile to every boy and every girl. Can't do it by myself, on my own and all alone. The world is changing now, so let's all get in the zone. Every woman, every man, come and join me, lend a hand. It's time to step it up and lead our children to the promised land. The golden age of unity, of freedom and equality. Peace on earth is possible, just need a new mentality. Open up your heart and open up your mind. Open up your spirit and guess what you will find. Instead of us versus them, always focused on the enemy, you'll see that your enemy is just like you and me. The world is one country and mankind is citizens. Time to come together, y'all, all 7 billion. Turn war into peace, turn hate into love. Turn your frown into a smile, go give somebody a hug.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
Open up your hearts and mind and face reality. 'Cause there is some good within you, called peace and harmony.
Look inside yourself.
So see me as your brother.
See me as your brother.
Or your sister. I'll move your mountain and you move my mountain. 'Cause a journey of 1,000 miles, biggest with a step.
Yeah.
African says one hand can tie a bow. Let's unite and see the world change from good to best. And put a smile on the face of my kindness. We say, I can and you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world. So do unto others as you'd have done to you. 'Cause change in the world starts with the golden rule. We gotta celebrate diversity and show love universally. 'Cause everyone on earth is part of one community. Black, white, red, tan, rich, poor, woman, man, atheist, Christian, Muslim, Jew, Baha'i, Buddhist, Sikh, or Hindu. What if you were judged for the language that you spoke? What kind of feelings do you think it would evoke to people down because of your race or face religious persecution? Time to rid the world of prejudice and start a revolution. Talking no more hunger and no more pain, no more violence and no more slaves, no more hatred and no more greed, no more homeless or broken families, no more pollution, no more disease, no more corruption, no more poverty, no more discrimination. Kids need an education, gotta give hope to the up and coming generation. Look towards the future and forget about our sins. Take a moment to reflect, 'cause the power is within. Sing it, Awu.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
Every black man and every white man, we are connected as one.
One people, y'all.
Yeah. So take my hand.
Everybody now.
I'll take your hand.
Come together,
and
y'all.
the dream will come true.
Yeah.
We can all make a change.
Make a change.
One people, one world. Yeah-la-la, 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 yeah-la-la. Ooh-hoo. Yeah. Yeah-la-la, 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 yeah-la-la. And it's always say, I can and you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
Yeah-la, yeah-la-la, yeah-la-la, yeah-la-la. Ooh-hoo. Yeah. Yeah-la-la, 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 yeah.
This song goes out to every single member of the human race. Each action you take has an impact on the rest of humanity. So make your life about something positive and do some good to make a change. The world needs you.
World premiere video, ladies and gentlemen, Colby Jeffers. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.